Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Jigawa State. Mr. Speaker, I want to start my debate by quoting from Section 16 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which states that the economic system is not operated in such a manner as to permit the concentration of wealth or means of production and exchange in the hands of few individuals or groups. So, Speaker, the issue we are dealing with here today is that of poverty. You quoted a number of 13.2 million. That's the UNICEF figure. That figure is for 2018. And majority of that figure is from states that are under insurgency attacks. The figure is far more than 13.2 million. But why are they out of school? Is it out of choice? No. Mr. Speaker, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as I quoted, especially Chapter 2, under the fundamental directive objectives and directive principles of state policy, envisage a social democratic economy. However, in practice, we are dealing with a very crude, wicked capitalist system that is being implemented, concentrating a substantial part of the Nigerian wealth in the hands of few through primitive accumulation, loans that are never paid, embezzlements, and so forth. Trillions are being embezzled. Trillions that can be used effectively to educate those children. Mr. Speaker, we must adopt concrete policies that will ensure equitable distribution of resources amongst Nigerians, especially the poor. Mr. Speaker, finally, we must educate. Our education system must be free and compulsory at all levels. We must ensure free and compulsory education at all levels. And finally, Mr. Speaker, the curriculum of all schools must be tailored towards ensuring education for self-employment and not education for white-collar jobs alone. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Keeping a child out of school can be considered crime against humanity. Honorable Member representing Ogele North South Udu Federal Constituency.
Thank you for today and for focusing on out-of-school children. They currently affect our lives and will affect our future if we do not take action. It is said in some quarters that up to 20% of out-of-school children worldwide are in Nigeria. This is very sad, and we are told today 13.2 million of them. I want to emphasize that not one of these children are out of school by choice. None of us had the privilege of choosing our parents or our place of birth. And we know that these children are the recruitment pool for cultism, insurgency, kidnappers, armed robbers, and every form of criminality. In my ministry,
Honorable
as a servant of God,
Honorable
country preaching.
Honorable Obanikoro and Honorable Tokura, please resume your seats.
Mr. Speaker, I notice that as I visit prisons, the majority of prisoners are school dropouts, people who did not go through school completely. This is a serious problem. And even the children we send to school today, they stand at risk when they begin to live with these children who have not gone through school. And we need to do everything we can to help these children who don't go to school. Many of them are homeless, they lack education, basic health care, feeding and all that. And then migration in the country today We cannot say out of school is one particular area. Children who are out of school in one zone move to another zone and will continue to have problems. And they involve themselves in petty crimes. It's obvious. Population explosion, broken homes, death of parents, exploitation of children, and so on and so forth. The solutions are very simple. Mr. Speaker, I would suggest, number one, that the Child Rights Act be implemented in all states of the country. And states that have not yet adopted the Child Rights Act should do that. Perhaps it could become an act of the National Assembly and make it compulsory for our country. And more than just placing infrastructure, building schools for out-of-school children, perhaps we can move forward to ensure that the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, carries out some things that are more than just buildings. I suggest psychosocial counseling that involves all stakeholders, extended families, state and local governments, and then a situation where the UBEC also gets involved in providing basic support kits, life support kits for children, like soaps, uniforms, meal at school, and medicines. All such things will help to encourage our children to go back to school.
Thank you, Honorable Member representing North South.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you.